Coach Naismith invented the game, coached it in Kansas, inspiring a championship tradition. First delivered by Fog Allen's 52 team, and again with the magic of Manning 36 years later. John Wooden left the Midwest to teach Naismith's game in California. UCLA becoming college basketball's mightiest dynasty. A historic 10 titles in 12 years with a constant cast of All-America talent. Tonight, Kansas, UCLA lengthen their legacy, aiming for the ultimate destination. One team goes to the Final Four.
And we welcome you to San Jose, California, 45 miles south of the city of San Francisco. The HP Pavilion, number 2 seed UCLA, the top seed Kansas Jayhawks. The winner advances to the Final Four. And hello everyone to Ken Berg with Jay Billison. You just say the names, roll them off your tongue, Kansas and UCLA, and it conjures up tradition and greatness.
And two outstanding defensive teams. Everything is going to be contested. This game is going to come down to who gets their tempo, who makes hustle plays, and who knocks down key free throws in the clutch.
Well, here are the men who will make the story in San Jose. The starting lineups for Ben Holland's Bruins. Pac-10 Player of the Year, leading scorer Arron Afflalo, and point guard Darren Collison. Their key to the Bruin attack with Mbamute Mata and Ship on the back line. Ship often will play on the wing on the perimeter. Russell Robinson and Mario Chalmers, two outstanding guards for Bill Self's Jayhawks. Rush, the leading scorer. Kahn, the biggest man, 6'11", and the lengthy Julian Wright on the front court. And our officials for this regional final, veteran Ted Valentine, Mark Whitehead, and Paul Jansen. And our game is brought to you in HD TV by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television and mobile media. The Bruins in blue, the Jayhawks in white, and this crowd of 18,000 is electric. Collison and UCLA gets the first chance. Afflalo takes it in, can't hit. Kahn got a piece of it.
Arron Afflalo immediately off the tap, attacking the basket off the dribble. He's been struggling from the field. Only 5 of his last 22 coming into this ballgame. Getting something through the net early, important.
Into the big man Kahn over Mata, followed by Kansas, not there. Ship ahead to Collison. Pulls it up, Ship the baseline. Can't hit. Brandon Rush brings it down for Kansas.
Kansas needs to get back quicker in transition. They are allowing UCLA to get down the floor.
That was Mario Chalmers on the drive, and Afflalo picked up the... No, it's Collison with the foul. No, Afflalo. That was the whistle. This is Brandon Rush, 6 for 6 against Southern Illinois, but misses his first attempt today. Out of bounds, last touch by Collison of UCLA.
Luke Richard Mbamute had to switch out on Brandon Rush, who put the ball on the floor, but an excellent job by Lorenzo Mata, who has really done a nice job in this NCAA tournament of guarding inside, staying tough, and really challenging shots. You get nothing easy against UCLA.
Strong move by Rush and a blocking foul against UCLA. Mata.
And you can see, Dick, that Kansas resolute in putting the ball on the floor and attacking off the dribble. Bill Self knows it's going to be very difficult to run their sets, to run offense against this UCLA defense. He wants his team to break it off, put the ball on the floor, and try to create help and recover situations.
Rush, whose brother, Jerron, played 2 years at UCLA. Ben Holland in his 4th season on the Bruin bench, as is the case for Bill Self in his 4th year in Lawrence. And the game tied as Rush connects on his 2 free throws. That's something that Kansas had a problem with in Southern Illinois in the semifinal regionals, as they made only 10 of 19. There's a steal, knocked away and out of bounds off Kansas. Very nearly a turnover for Bill Self. He's taken 3 different programs to the Elite 8, but never to the Final Four. Big challenge for him as one of the outstanding coaches to get to that championship final.
Well, what a great matchup between Brandon Rush, one of the best defenders in the country, and Arron Afflalo. Rush has the size and the athleticism to really bother every shot Afflalo puts up.
He got a piece of that shot. Here's that trap by UCLA.
They like to trap ball screens. You've got to be a second passer out of this, and Julian Wright threw it away.
Collison with Rush behind him, and he used the rim to protect against a block from behind.
That is one thing that Kansas cannot afford to do, and that's turn the ball over. They turned it over 19 times against Southern Illinois.
Inside is Sasha Khan.
Give great credit to Julian Wright for making that pass. He may be 6'9", but he is an outstanding passer and can be a playmaker for Kansas in the middle.
Josh Shipp outside. Now Afflalo over Rush. Mute. Little jump hook is there for the sophomore from Cameroon.
Mute has struggled coming into this game. Only 4 of his last 15, but a terrific move down low, getting the low block.
Another foul against UCLA. That's Darren Collison's first. 3 team fouls on the Bruins.
Julian Wright putting the ball on the floor, going baseline by Lorenzo Mata, but cannot throw it up for grabs. Darren Collison, that's his 74th steal of the year, tying him with Tyus Edney for 3rd best all time at UCLA in a single season.
Chalmers motions to play. The winner of this game will meet the winner in the Midwest, Florida, Oregon, in the semifinals in Atlanta. Inside to Khan. Mata defends. Now the double team. And on the side, nice soft 10-footer by Julian Wright, the 6'8" sophomore from Chicago Heights.
UCLA came again with its post-to-post doubles, which it does in just about every game against a good big guy. Sasha Khan handled it well, but it was that second pass that found the open shooter. It's not always going to be the pass out of the post. That second pass important.
Foul on Chalmers. He got a piece of the ball, but the wrist as well. First Kansas foul. Frenetic early pace. This crowd just so full of enthusiasm at the very start. In fact, an hour ago they were yelling and cheering, both bands fighting each other to try to get the musical time.
Well, just the pace that you would expect in this game. Both teams trying to push it up the court to beat the other defense down to get an easy look. Otherwise, they'll really have to grind it out against outstanding defenses.
Afflalo for 3 as Brandon Rush fell down.
A great sign for UCLA is Arron Afflalo getting off to a good start.
Wright kicks the ball, goes after it and recovers. Great effort by Wright. Rush takes it in and scores. UCLA lead on the run. This is uncharacteristic. Way off mark was Afflalo, but Mata saves, but was on the baseline, out of bounds to Kansas.
Bad shot there by Arron Afflalo. He tried to get off one quickly, but this was a terrific move and read off the screen. Brandon Rush went over the top of that screen. The fade to the corner, Rush falling to the ground. But you can see, Dick, UCLA trying to get the ball inbounds quickly and beat Kansas's defense down the floor. Great pass.
Good give and go. And inside with the left hand is Wright. He has a couple of quick goals, and Kansas leads for the first time.
Kansas runs a lot of ball screens. That's what that was, a ball screen and roll to the basket off the reversal. An excellent job. An excellent delivery by Sasha Khan.
Afflalo with a bounce pass. Shipp. No foul. Good hands by Rush to save. Go up with a 2. And the follow and score. What an effort by Russell Robinson, the 6'1" junior guard from New York. Timeout UCLA.
Kansas quicker to the ball. Those are the hustle plays that can get you to the Final Four.
.435 into this first half, and Kansas has a 3-point advantage. Congratulations to the Buckeyes of the Big Ten. The #1 seed has moved in to the initial spot in that Final Four. Thad Matta's outstanding young Ohio State team, victorious 92-76 over Memphis earlier today.
And this is an outstanding backcourt trio that UCLA can put on the floor, but they are facing an outstanding defensive team in Kansas, especially their guards. Their guards are outstanding defenders.
There's the trap. UCLA getting a taste of its own medicine.
Russell Robinson, number 3 for Kansas, one of the finest defenders not only in the Big 12 but in the country, now guarding Josh Shipp. Shipp a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, but I'm not sure he's any tougher than Russell Robinson.
This is Arron Collins, a freshman, on Collison, and Collison has it picked off by the man you were talking about, Robinson. He heads the break to Collins.
Such an alert defender. This Kansas team has really come out strong on the defensive end. They've taken it right to UCLA.
Wright, who has hit his last 2 shots from inside, and Collins, no basket. Foul away from the ball. No, 3-second violation. Haven't seen much of that as veteran Ted Valentine sees one of the Jayhawks camped in the lane. Naismith invented the game of basketball and took it to Kansas, where he was a coach and a faculty member for 41 years. What a tradition. On the southern tip of San Francisco Bay, near the heart of downtown San Jose, California's 3rd largest city. UCLA and Kansas alike in another manner. Neither team has a senior on the roster. Kansas with a lead, 3. 5.5 minutes in.
Arron Collins taking on Darren Collison. Collins just a freshman, but boy is he strong, and you've got to be strong with it when Kansas goes after it. Robinson just took it right away from Shipp.
From the blind side, Robinson, his 2nd steal. Wright has it picked off and then tied up. Arrow points to Kansas. Monday, CBS, America's #1 network.
Dick, you've got to be ball strong in this game. Every player on the floor is solid defensively, and they reach with the intention of taking it from you, so you got to be strong with it.
Darrell Arthur into the game for the first time. This is his first shot. So Arthur a freshman and Collins a freshman. Both McDonald All-Americas for Kansas. See their first duty. And that may be the one market difference in these two teams. They bring in Bill Self, 2 freshmen, both averaging around 10 a game off the bench. UCLA does not have that firepower. They brought on number 20, Michael Roll. That's Roll with the ball.
Want to make Roll put the ball on the floor. He's a spot-up shooter and a very good one.
And Bahamute looking off to see where he was going to go with the ball and lost track out of bounds.
The problem, there's nothing for Bahamute to do with the ball out there. When Arron Afflalo drove the lane to drive and kick, Bahamute is not a guy that's going to knock a shot down from that place on the court. Took his eye off it. Another turnover for UCLA.
So the backcourt now for the Jayhawks, Robinson and Collins. This is Collins, a stocky 5'11", 205-pound freshman from Chicago. Brandon Rush. And now Darnell Jackson, another reserve sent in by Bill Self.
Kansas going with a couple of ball screens on the right side. Need to reverse it.
Collins pulls up for an 8-footer. Batted out by Shipp. This is Collison, 1 against 3, takes it in anyway and scores. What an effort by the speedy Collison.
Speedy but also skillful. Darren Collison, one of the most efficient players not only in the Pac-10 but in the country.
Arron Collison gets around Roll, has it stripped away, and then a foul on Collins trying to get it back.
Again, the importance of being strong with the ball when you're headed into traffic. Collison with the little hop, skip, and a jump, but keeping the ball away from the long arms of Brandon Rush, trying to put pressure on Collison. A terrific job in transition of navigating traffic.
Collison in the backcourt for UCLA, and Collins in the backcourt for Kansas. Alfred Aboya, number 12, in for the first time. That's Aboya with the ball. Shipp fires from 3-point range, well off the mark. Jackson rebounds.
And Kansas not even guarding Aboya out front.
Oh, what a pass and catch and score, Darrell Arthur. He has 6 off the bench to lead Kansas.
You've really got to get some pressure to take away vision, even in transition.
Roll has it stripped by Chalmers. Kansas in a first half of steal after steal, and then in the hurry, it's Chalmers dribbling the ball out of bounds to UCLA. Under 12 to go in the first half. The Jayhawks by 3. Welcome back. It all begins a week from Thursday. Watch exclusive live video from Amen Corner at the Masters with Amen Corner Live. And bonus play-by-play coverage of the entire field with Masters Extra starting 1 hour prior to CBS television coverage. Go to cbssportsline.com/masterslive and masters.org. These young masters of basketball, Kansas and UCLA, in the battle to make it to that Final Four in Atlanta next weekend. 11:47 left, opening half. Kansas leads by 3.
Brandon Rush continuing to guard Arron Afflalo, chasing him off those screens, trying to make sure he gets late pressure on a shot so that Afflalo can't get a clean look.
Afflalo has it blocked by Rush, but it goes right to Aboya. No foul. And UCLA's Aboya gets it back. He's in heavy traffic. And there's the 35-second clock. The ugly buzzer for a coach. That violation goes to Kansas.
It's music to Bill Self's ears, though, because his defense was so strong, not just on the perimeter. The great job by Brandon Rush to close out to Arron Afflalo, get a piece of that shot, but also Darrell Arthur and Darnell Jackson inside, stopping Aboya and Mata.
Just 9 minutes into the game, and the hit by Darnell Jackson, the 6'8" junior from Oklahoma City, as Kansas using that stout defense. They have 5 blocks already.
Well, they've come out attacking on defense. They're not reacting to UCLA. They're making UCLA react to them.
Collison, a 45% shooter from outside the line, hits his first three-point attempt. Collison with 7 to lead the Bruins. Turnover. Ship brings the blue-clad UCLA Bruins into the offensive end. Baamute with a solid move to the baseline.
Well, that's some offense, and Baamute has not been showing thus far, not only in the NCAA tournament, but over the last 10 games.
Chalmers takes it inside and sets up Jackson. What a beautiful feed by Chalmers, his second of this first half.
UCLA going to have to figure out a way to stay in front of Kansas ball handlers. Kansas breaking the Bruins down off the dribble.
Collison, they try to trap him, and a foul. Collins with a hand check. That'll be his second.
Kansas does a great job of setting ball screens and then rolling to the basket. And if nobody picks up the roll man, Mario Chalmers just lobs that up beautifully to Darnell Jackson. Jackson had a terrific game in the regional semifinals, and he is picking up right where he left off.
Roderick Stewart from Seattle was a freshman at Southern California. His twin brother Lodrick playing for the Trojans this year. He's in number 5 for Kansas. Baamute gets it out to Collison, and Robinson back in the game is checking him defensively, and he overpowers Collison. Mata with that short-range pass. Say you can vote for your Pontiac game-changing performance of each round of this tournament. Nearly $150,000 in scholarship contributions are on the line. Vote now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac.
You know, Dick, usually a coach can point out who his best defender is pretty easily, but Bill Self's got Brandon Rush, he's got Russell Robinson, he's got Mario Chalmers, all spectacular defenders.
And
speaking of defense, Josh Shipp harassing the Kansas Jayhawks, and he forces the turnover. Shipp goes out. Michael Roll back in for the Bruins. So it's Roll, Afflalo, and Mata on the front line. Baamute, in essence, another forward, and Collison, the point guard, with the ball. Each team with 6 turnovers. We've reached the 10-minute mark, the halfway mark of this first half, and there's another steal by Kansas. It's Wright the other way. Wright with a right pass to Robinson. All right, how about a guy 6'9" and Julian Wright running the break like a point guard? And what a great job by Russell Robinson to square his shoulders to the basket. Another turnover by UCLA.
Jackson anticipating that lob pass and darting in front of Mata. Inside, not there, and over the back. Darnell Jackson of the Kansas Jayhawks, his first foul.
Kansas off the turnover. Julian Wright
6'9" and incredibly skilled for his size, for anyone's size, but a great job on the delivery and a great job by Russell Robinson to square his shoulders. Nobody could block that without fouling him first.
UCLA sends in Russell Westbrook, 0, the first appearance for the freshman from Hawthorne, California. This is Westbrook as he gives Collison a blow.
Full court pressure by Kansas, trying to slow the advance by UCLA, perhaps get the Bruins to turn it over, and UCLA calling a set play in the half court.
7 field goals for UCLA, 8 turnovers forced by this tenacious Kansas defense. Inside Oboya, and it's out of bounds off a Kansas defender. And it's testimony to Bill Self's defense. You talk about Kansas's offense. They've won 14 in a row, averaging 83 points a game. But what's overlooked, they're number 2 in the nation, allowing 37%. But Afflalo ignores that statistic and hits another 3. Make a chip from the wide wing to hit the 3. And there's a steal by Westbrook. He takes it all away. And the freshman gives UCLA the lead, 21-20. What an exchange of action, end-to-end. Bruins now by 1. The West Regional Final thus far living up to all the expectations of one-point game. Each team has enjoyed the lead.
And just when one team delivers a blow, the other comes back with a haymaker and connects. UCLA with their great post-to-post doubles and getting the turnovers and the easy scores at the other end. Outstanding defensive play by the Bruins.
Brandon Rush, number 25, returns, and inside is the big man. And Sasha Khan has his 4th point.
Khan got a great angle to the basket. Another turnover by UCLA. The poor delivery.
And pulling up his right, can't hit it. Oboya sends Roll the other way. Roll to Mata, and he's blocked, but a foul is called. That looked pretty clean as Khan, born and raised in Russia, came to the U.S. as a high school student, made the defensive play his first foul. And with it a timeout, just under 8 minutes to go in the first half here in San Jose. Kansas now the leader by 1. Back in the West with our game summary. Kansas has held 43 straight opponents under 50% shooting. UCLA over 50% early, and yet they still trail by 1.
Boy, and you've really got to be strong with the ball in this game. Everybody's slapping at it, knocking it away. You look at the turnovers. It's not that they're fumbling it out of bounds. Somebody's taking it from them. And UCLA, their defense has been so solid. When the ball's gone into the post, they have doubled the post, and they're doing a much better job over the last 7 or 8 minutes of rotating when Kansas is passing it back out.
Well, here comes the man who has brought new adventure to free throw shooting to Westwood. Lorenzo Mata shooting 38% for the year. But the good news for Bruin fans, he's made 18 of the last 30. That's 60%, doubling his average.
UCLA only shoots 65% on the season from the line, but against Southern Illinois in the regional semifinals, Kansas played Southern Illinois, but in the regional semis they went 23 of 26 did the Bruins
against the Pitt Panthers to advance to this game. Looking for his first point, Mata, of this game, and a chance to tie. And he misses both. Too familiar a scene for UCLA fans, and Mata goes out and Baumute returns. Ball to UCLA on the side. So it's Ship, Oboya, Collison now back in, Afflalo and Baumute for the Bruins. Robinson, Khan, Wright, Rush, and Chalmers, the starting 5 for Kansas. Way outside, and Baumute. And Rush clears.
That's not been his shot traditionally, but he has been much more offensively aggressive in this game.
Quick pass to Khan. He can't hit it. And Kansas keeps it alive as Khan fought for possession and able to get it outside to Robinson.
UCLA has not done a great job in transition with the big guys. They need to meet them at the free throw line and keep them from getting low post position.
In the corners, Rush. And he gets the kind shooter's bounce. 6 points for Rush.
Rush has shot it so well in the NCAA tournament, over 70%. And coming into this game, he was 7 of 8 from three-point range in NCAA tournament games.
Baumute around Khan, but look at the traffic he draws. And it's a save for Aboya.
You like his aggressiveness, but I think UCLA would like to make a couple of more passes, get this Kansas defense to move.
The Bruins outsized inside by the Kansas length and height. Collison with Robinson gets a pick and then loses the ball. Another turnover.
I think he was looking around for the next Kansas help defender.
10 turnovers for UCLA this first half. 6 minutes to go.
Unusual for UCLA to turn it over so much, but this is the best defensive team they've played.
Chalmers and Wright thought he was fouled. Back out it comes to Rush, and he hits the three. And Kansas enjoys the biggest game of the lead of the game at 27-21. Brandon Rush with 9, and the Jayhawk fans salute these champions of the Big 12. The southern tip of the bay in San Jose, where Kansas takes a 27-21 lead. We talked about rush hour for Kansas, and indeed that three-pointer by Rush extending the Jayhawk lead, and he is 8 for 9 in the tournament outside the line.
Brandon Rush is such a solid player in every regard, an outstanding defender. When he came to Kansas, I think people had the idea that he might be kind of a selfish scorer, but Bill Self says not at all. In fact, he's almost too unselfish. He needs to be more point hungry, looking to score more because he is such an outstanding scorer.
Collison on the bench, so Baumute had to bring it up, and look at the quick hands of Robinson to slap it away from the freshman Russell Westbrook.
Russell Robinson has really been strong on the defensive end. UCLA double-digit turnovers already. They only had 14 turnovers all game long against Pittsburgh.
Afflalo works his way free for the three, but is short. Mata collects the rebound. Oh, he was going to throw it away, but fortunately for UCLA, Rush tried to reach in for the steal, deflected it out of bounds.
Afflalo cannot get off an open look against Brandon Rush. Rush has been with him step for step when he's recovered late. His length and athleticism really bothering Afflalo. Afflalo needs to use a shot fake, see if he can get Rush off of the floor and then attack off the dribble.
Afflalo is 6'5", Rush listed at 6'6", but looks much taller.
Yeah, his arms are longer than 6'6".
Ship, no good from the three-point range. 6-point advantage, Kansas. 5:09 to go. Wright has it stolen. Ship. And Arthur hustling down court, and Robinson both bumping on the dribbler, and the foul will go to Robinson, his first.
Whenever the ball goes into the post for Kansas, UCLA is coming with a post-to-post double. That time Darrell Arthur kicked it out to Julian Wright, but Wright wasn't strong with it. He needs to catch, face the defense, and then make a play. He's just going a little bit too fast.
Wright given a breather. Collison, meanwhile, comes in for UCLA, gets it to Ship, and it's ruled a block. Another one for Kansas, and another, and a foul whistle.
Better job by Josh Ship on that second opportunity of going right into the body of Darrell Arthur. The first time he went straight up. A terrific job to get that ball inside. But watch Josh Ship go right into the defender and create the contact into the chest of Darrell Arthur. That's why he's going to the free throw line.
Ship from a very talented athletic family. His father Joe played football at USC. His brother Joe led the Pacific 10 in scoring at the University of California, and his kid brother is a freshman and an outstanding prospect at Arizona State. Well, the first 3 fouls of the game were whistled against UCLA, and now 7 in a row chalked against Kansas as UCLA is in the bonus. 27-23 the score.
Collison does a great job of putting pressure on the basketball, but Robinson's been able to get past him.
Inside Chalmers, rebound Ship. Oh, top speed and out of control. He gets it picked from behind. Kansas so quick on the transition defensively.
Well, Chalmers showing that great backflow defense to tap it away.
And on the follow, Arthur with a basket and a foul. Darnell Jackson with a foul of the miss by Rush. Look at him get position and slam it home, and Mata fouled him.
Anytime you go after a shot block, it opens up the offensive glass, and Darnell Jackson, who has been outstanding, simply outstanding off the bench for Kansas in the regional semifinal against Southern Illinois, and tonight against UCLA, was right there on the spot to get that offensive rebound jam.
It's Mata's second foul, so he takes a rest with 4.5 minutes to go. Roll comes in for Josh Shipp. And with the speed of the game, that really isn't what Ben Howland wanted. That's the Kansas dictating the game at their pace. And with UCLA hurrying the ball into the offensive end, Jay Billis, more mistakes have been made.
Well, Josh Shipp just tried to get it into the middle of the floor, and you've got to be mindful of Kansas's backflow defense. You really need to get the ball to Darren Collison, let him bring it up.
6-point deficit. Roll fires from 3-point range and hits. That's why he's in there. A 3-point shot specialist. He rarely tries anything inside the line.
Well, he's so good with his shot preparation, coming off screens and then preparing himself to shoot when the ball arrives. And Mario Chalmers just a little bit late getting there.
Rush pulls up and pops. Not there. And Bahamute to Collison. Some great athletes on the court. Mbamute takes it inside. Jackson denies, but the pass is successful to Aboya, who has his first basket, and it's back to a 1-point game.
This is as aggressive as Mbamute has been offensively since he played in Maui.
Chalmers goes down, and a tripping foul will be called against UCLA's Aboya. His first. The Bruins look for another trip to the Final Four. The all-time record 11 national titles. What defense for these Jayhawks. 11 turnovers, 8 steals in this first half, 5 blocks. And yet UCLA has managed to stay within 1.
Well, UCLA has done a good job from 3-point territory when they haven't turned it over. Kansas hasn't stolen it from them. They've gotten good shots.
And that's going to be a charging foul on Brandon Rush. He maneuvered up the lane to set up the outside shot, but banged into the Bruin defender, his first foul.
Well, he didn't come to a jump stop, and Alfred Aboya did a nice job of getting into the lane and getting in front of him. And UCLA has been talking at their timeout about being stronger with the ball. They have to protect it against Kansas's defense.
Aboya back out to Mbamute, the 2 Cameroon sophomores on the UCLA squad. Now it's their star, Afflalo, pulling up and hitting. UCLA back in front by 1.
Afflalo so strong when he puts it on the floor and comes up to shoot it. Nobody's taking it away from him.
Look at Howland across the way. He's playing defense with his team. Rush. Battle inside. It went to Kansas and then out of bounds to the Jayhawks.
Afflalo knocking that shot down, and he is not pleased with how many people are banging into him, so he's banging into them first.
Two and a half minutes to go in this opening half. Rush has it stripped away by Shipp. Ahead to Afflalo, and he manages to control.
Both teams are so strong defensively. You cannot afford to be weak with that basketball. You've got to protect it because you've got strong and alert defenders that are slapping at it on every possession.
Defense on both sides forcing those turnovers. 12-10. UCLA guilty of 2 more than the Jayhawks.
Well, from a defensive efficiency standpoint, we're looking at 2 of the top 5 defenses in the country.
Rush takes it strongly, but can't score. Mbamute clears. Collison. Afflalo inside. 9 points for Arron Afflalo to lead the Bruins.
Listen to this crowd in San Jose. They've migrated from LA to cheer the men in blue. Oh my, so much to discuss in so little time, but stay with us. AT&T at the half. We'll talk with North Carolina's Roy Williams and Marcus Ginyard, and you'll hear from the Ohio State Buckeyes as they celebrate their spot in the Final Four, plus an AT&T Naismith watch update coming up at AT&T at the half. Kansas trailing UCLA by 3. A minute and a half to go. Chalmers not there. But quick hands by Jackson, and he draws the foul.
Everything contested on the way to the basket. It's been hard for Kansas when they put the ball on the floor and get into the lane to get a clean look at the rim, and UCLA has done a great job in transition of taking the ball the other way. What a move by Arron Afflalo. A possession before that timeout. Incredible.
6th team foul on UCLA, but this was a shooting violation, so on Mbaamute's first foul, Darnell Jackson is on the line. He averaged 5.5 points on the season, and he has 6 in this regional final today. Will go down for Jackson, who's a 67% performer from the line.
UCLA going into a box set. They'll be looking for Afflalo coming off a stagger.
Collison sets up the pattern. Good hands by Shipp. That was a tough pass. Afflalo and rushes on him like a hawk.
A great read by Afflalo. He was being played inside by Rush. He just popped out to the wing.
4 on the clock. Collison can't hit the 3. Chalmers speeds it into the offensive end, and Rush slams it home.
Boy, how about that pass by Mario Chalmers? And what a sprint by the wings for Kansas.
Oh, that was a magnificent example of how to run the fast break. And one of the reasons why the Jayhawks averaged 83 points a game in this 14-game winning streak.
Well, they played great defense. The shot by Collison short, bounced out toward the other basket, and another great read by Afflalo.
Afflalo trying the 3, but there was a blocking foul inside against UCLA against Alfred Aboya.
Aboya just moved on that screen. He just needs to stay stationary and let Afflalo use him, because Afflalo is a master at reading screens, how the defender is playing him. He understands how to get open. Aboya doesn't have to help him that much.
About a 6-second difference in the clocks. So we're down to the final minute. Chalmers spinning inside. Has it denied. Gets it back. And then feeds it to Robinson, who misses from close range. UCLA with 20 seconds. There's no hurry for the Bruins, but they have played this first half in that manner. Now Afflalo pulls it out.
Boy, Russell Robinson is never going to get an easier opportunity, but you give credit to UCLA for challenging so many shots.
Afflalo waiting till 4, till 3, till 2, and the shot from the corner is there. Oh my, at the buzzer. Arron Afflalo, the player of the year in the Pac-10, sends the Bruins to the locker room with a 4-point lead. What a high-quality 20 minutes of college ball.
Boy, what a great play by Arron Afflalo to give the ball up to Josh Shipp, who set himself, made a great read, and knocked it down. That's a big play going into the halftime.
Shipp and Afflalo lookalikes, and it was Afflalo with the assist and Josh Shipp with a clutch 3-pointer. And the score at the half is 35-31 UCLA. We'll send you the Greg Gumbel with AT&T at the half after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports, home of the men's national finals. UCLA closed out the opening half on a 12-2 run. They enjoy a 4-point lead. CBS Sports coverage of the NCAA basketball tournament continues after this message and a word from your local station. Here.
ready for the second half. The UCLA Bruins with their largest lead, 35-31. Kansas had a 6-point lead, the biggest for the Jayhawks. Here now the in-game box score, powered by CSTV, the 24-hour college sports channel. And the two leading scorers do just that the first 20 minutes.
Well, Afflalo, Shipp, and Collison did a terrific job for UCLA, 24 points. But really the difference has been the three-point line. 5 of 13 from 3 for UCLA. They both have the same number of field goals, the same number of free throws. The three-point line has been the difference. UCLA with Josh Shipp hitting 2 from 3. Arron Afflalo, Michael Roll, and Darren Collison each hitting 1. The big one was Josh Shipp to close out the first half. UCLA has the ball to start the second half, and that is the important point. They can get a little bit more of a run going to add on to that 12-2 run they had to close out the first half. Both teams have played spectacular defense, but when they haven't taken the ball away, the shooters have been resolute. Kansas, one thing they need to do, they need to knock down open opportunities inside the lane. Russell Robinson, Mario Chalmers have had near layups, and they haven't been able to get them to go down.
So we're set to go in the second half. 20 minutes to play with Atlanta. Ticket to the Final Four on the line. The best of the Pacific 10, the West Coast, the UCLA Bruins, and Midwest powerhouse Kansas Jayhawks. As we mentioned earlier in the first game halftime report, to show you the strength through a whole century of basketball of Kansas. 100 years, 50 years they won their conference title.
Amazing consistency. They've had great coaches, great players. UCLA, no more storied tradition in all of college basketball than what the Wizard of Westwood and those after him put together.
10 national titles in 12 years for Wooden, and then Jim Herrick's Bruins in 1995, winning the 11th most of any college program. UCLA gets the first opportunity in the second half. Baumute to Afflalo, Collison, Mata in the hole, Shipp on the wing.
Same matchups as in the first half. Rush on Afflalo. What a heavyweight matchup of two great players and two great defenders.
Shipp draws Chalmers, Collison, and Robinson. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Shipp takes it in. Mata has to shoot from longer range, and he's well short. Good defense by Kansas.
And a nice job by Mario Chalmers. I think Shipp may be a little bit stronger, but he wasn't able to put the ball on the deck to try to get around Chalmers.
Chalmers, Robinson, Rush, Kahn, and Wright. Same starting 5 for Kansas as Mata goes down, and with it his third foul.
Russell Robinson doing a very nice job of attacking off the ball screen. UCLA with their big guys trying to trap off that ball screen to extend out and keep Kansas from getting anything off of the use of ball screens. But Russell Robinson doing a great job of attacking.
Robinson goes inside, and Kahn recovers. So Mata, 49 seconds into the second half, draws his third foul. He's out, Aboya in. Chalmers down the lane and then throws it away, looking for Rush to clear more toward the corner.
Kansas has been trying to put the ball on the deck to get into the lane, force help and recover situations, but UCLA has been very good rotating, and they're not just rotating to be there. They're coming over strong to stop somebody.
Shipp with Chalmers. Chalmers has set a Kansas record for steals with 3 in the first half. He's passed Darnell Valentine, most steals ever by a Jayhawk, and he's all over the ball with help from Wright. And these Kansas players do indeed. They can score and they can defend.
Wright doing a good job of coming over from the help side and dropping down to knock that ball away. What a great battle that's being waged right now. Almost the game within the game. Brandon Rush guarding Arron Afflalo.
Collison, time running down, 8 on the shot clock. Collison pulls up. That's a tough leaner. Wright brings it the other way for the white-clad Jayhawks from Lawrence, Kansas.
UCLA in the second half has not gotten anything. No look at the basket that's been open for the Bruins.
Chalmers pulls up, and he is denied. Lead pass to Afflalo, and he takes it home.
UCLA has gotten some easy baskets in transition, and you call them easy, but they've done a lot of hard work to get those easy scores on the defensive end. What great help side defense by UCLA.
Thus far in the tournament, that has not been the UCLA style. They've been grinding it up, but they're using their quickness. No shot on the follow, and taking it inside and scoring is Mario Chalmers. So third opportunity to charm for the Jayhawks.
Kansas must have thought there was a lid on these baskets because they've had some opportunities inside. That dunk attempt off the rebound by Julian Wright just wouldn't go down, but an alert play by Mario Chalmers
to get his first points of the game, and then the steal, his fourth in the game, and right back to Chalmers, and a good move by Mbamute. How did he get his hand on the ball?
Again, being strong with the ball, and another opportunity for something easy for Kansas missed.
Now Collison takes the handoff and will slow the pace. UCLA's been winning games primarily in the late season and in the tournament, scoring in the 60s.
UCLA into their continuity offense, little slice cut, back pick, and then screen for the screener.
Now they have to hurry down to 4. Afflalo pulls up from 3. And Arron Afflalo, Aaron Augustin Afflalo, AAA, hits the 3. And UCLA celebrates the biggest lead of the game. These fans who have used their voices in full choir in San Jose could use one of those coats. Outside, it's Wright. Now Sharon Collins, the freshman from Chicago, into the game. And it's Mata who's returned, deflecting the pass intended for Wright.
UCLA's help side defense is outstanding. They are very alert. Everyone sees the ball. They open up to it effectively, and they move as the ball moves. Two of the great defensive teams in college basketball squaring off for a chance to go to the Final Four.
Rush draws Afflalo just as it's Rush defending Afflalo when they go to the other end. Collins takes it inside, partially deflected, and Aboya rips down the rebound. Collison ahead to Schiff. Misses the dunk. Mata follows.
What a great play by Lorenzo Mata not to give up on the play.
His first basket of the game. UCLA opens up a 9-point advantage. Kahn double team. Rush to Wright. And Wright, athletic, physical drive to the hole. He has 6.
Nothing has been easy in this game. Everything has been contested, and UCLA doing a great job of going from defense to offense.
Nearly 5 minutes gone, second half. Bruins by 7 with the ball. Collins has it stripped away. There's another steal by Robinson, and to the other end, and the foul as Wright tries to take it home and is banged. Foul on Schiff, his first.
It's all about second effort here. UCLA getting down the floor in transition, but if they don't get it initially, Lorenzo Mata for the finish.
Back at the HP Pavilion, the home of the San Jose Sharks of the NHL. Ohio State, congratulations. Buckeyes go to the Final Four, first time in 8 years. And how about Barton of North Carolina? They scored 7 points in the final 45 seconds to end the 57-game win streak of Winona State as Barton wins the Division II championship. That got our CBS day off to a terrific start. Back in downtown San Jose, and Julian Wright of Kansas at the line. Sophomore shooting at 62%. Both teams have not shot free throws well throughout the season.
I wonder if Julian Wright feels like a UCLA defender is going to jump up and guard him on the free throw. They've got nothing this open all game long. Kansas started out in this game 8 for 13 from the field.
Wright misses both. 2 for 7 in the game for Kansas after going 10 for 19 in their close win against Southern Illinois.
After that 8 for 13 start, Kansas has gone 8 of 24. And that doesn't include, Dick, as you're mentioning, the missed free throw opportunities. There have been a lot of missed opportunities by the Jayhawks in this game.
Holding away from the ball, it appears they're going to ticket Russell Robinson his second. That is the first team foul on Kansas in the second half. UCLA whistled for only 2. Russell Westbrook, the freshman, now relieving Darren Collison. Seeing more and more action, and this under incredible pressure for the freshman. Ooh, almost going down with Ship. Westbrook takes it inside. Big move by the freshman. He's a good size, 6'3", 18 years of age.
And he was a big-time scorer in high school, an outstanding athlete that's playing behind a great point guard in Darren Collison. But Westbrook has got ability.
4 points for him in the game. Clock ticks down. Nearly 6 minutes gone, and that'll be a hip check on Aboya. Non-shooting.
Russell Westbrook, very athletic, also a good defender, but going up against a freshman in Sharon Collins. Collins unable to stay in front of Westbrook. That broke down the entire Kansas defense, but somebody's got to step in front and stop the ball, take a charge.
That could be a big foul called on UCLA as it's 3 now on Aboya, and he replacing Mata with 3, so Mata has to come in. So the 2 big men inside for the Bruins with 3.
Really, Kansas hasn't attacked very much inside. They've been setting ball screens on the perimeter, haven't been able to get too many opportunities in the low post.
Rush with the left hand, and follow is not there by Wright, and it finally goes to Westbrook. Ship made sure that there wasn't someone immediately behind. So often the Jayhawks stripping the ball on their pressure, racing down court from behind the dribbler.
And more missed opportunities by Kansas. Not going to get many easier looks. And UCLA with Afflalo posting up, showing his strength. He doesn't miss those opportunities.
Player of the year in the Pac-10, Afflalo with 16 to lead all scores. His dad, Benny, leading the cheers as UCLA opens an 11-point lead. Welcome back. 11-point UCLA lead. When you see the easy misses, you forget. Sometimes inspired by defense that has something planted in the back of your mind.
Well, there's no question the defense has been part of it, but Kansas is good enough to capitalize on those relatively easy opportunities. And if they want to win, they've got to start making shots inside the paint, whether they are challenged or not.
You saw the close range statistic, only 12 for 26 on putbacks and layups for Kansas. Deep in the corner is Rush, and he rattles home a 3. Deeply needed by the Jayhawks.
And remember, Kansas has had big comebacks before this season. They were down big to Texas and came back. They are not going to be deterred, but UCLA playing extraordinarily well and hard on the defensive end.
Ship just does get that pass as Chalmers hawks him defensively. Takes it inside where he's jammed, and there's the steal by Chalmers. He's got 5 in the game. Rush, 2 in a row. No, and Mata's long arm, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Arthur of Kansas. Tonight on Westbrook out, gets a hand with 4 points as he relieves Darren Collison. And now the starting point guard, Collison, a sophomore, mother and father, Olympians. Handles the ball on the point.
And Westbrook doing a great job to come in and give him a blow. There was no drop off at all.
And it's going to be out of bounds to Kansas. Another turnover as Roll had a ball knocked off his knee.
Well, he showed the ball. He showed the ball, and Chalmers so good at reaching to knock it away. Chalmers just doesn't slap at it. He reaches with a purpose, and he may be the best defender in the Big 12. He was Big 12 co-defensive player of the year.
I haven't seen anyone in several years make so many defensive steals and deflections. He's from Anchorage, Alaska. Wright throws it away.
Well, you can see the frustration on the part of Darrell Arthur. He and Julian Wright giving it to each other because Wright probably should have shot that ball rather than dump it off.
Arthur goes out, and he's replaced by Darnell Jackson, the bulky 6'8", 250-pounder, number 32. Where's 32? Because of his idol Magic Johnson. Under 12 minutes to go. Bahamute and Roll. Afflalo working away from the ball, and Bahamute again from way outside Normally his range.
Well, that's not the shot that UCLA wants. He can make it, but it doesn't mean he should take it as often as he has in this ballgame.
Collins works his way around Mata, takes it inside, and not there. Fights for his own rebound, the smallest man on the court, and it's Roll and Collison off UCLA out of bounds to Kansas. Boy, what a job by the 5'11" Collins after his missed shot to keep it alive. Timeout, 11:29 to go. The scramble for Atlanta is on. Pressure and pace, sometimes that makes the easy look very difficult.
Well, especially with UCLA challenging everything, but Kansas has to expect they're going to score on so many opportunities that are relatively easy in the lane. 14 missed opportunities. They're 3 of 11 in this second half, while UCLA 5 of 9. UCLA has been the stronger team mentally and physically over the last 10-12 minutes of game time.
And how many times have we seen throughout this March Madness the favored team, the better seed, fall way behind and then rally late in the second half to pull out victory? That's the position the Jayhawks are in. Number 1 seed against number 2. Rush has it batted away, picked up by Collison. And he feeds Roll, and what a play by Rush, and the call goes against the Jayhawks. It'll be Rush who hit Roll up on the head as he delivered the ball, his second foul.
There's very little that Kansas is going to be able to do, taking it straight off the bounce without making any passes. That turnover allows the run out for UCLA, and Michael Roll taking it to the basket hard and getting fouled.
He's had only 6 free throws all season long. We mentioned earlier he's in there primarily as an outside three-point threat. That's his first miss, 6 for 7. 3 points in the first half on the one long shot. Moment of concentration and meditation as Roll misses both.
Kansas needs to start looking inside. It's been all the perimeter of late, and that's not a good shot at all by Arron Collins.
Collins a little too strong off the top, but another turnover as Jackson picks it up, and then Rush takes it inside with the turnaround. Well done. And that 11-point lead now cut to 6.
Well, that's where Kansas needs to attack. They've got a freshman big guy, James Keefe, in the ballgame. A good prospect, but they need to try to take advantage of his presence.
Collison, Afflalo says, let's get it out here and start it over again. 20 on the shot clock. Mbamute fall away from out there, and incredibly, Mbamute has taken 3 shots that seem out of character for him, and all have missed. For real-time scores and stats of every tournament game, go to Game Tracker. It's live on CSTV.com, the 24-hour college sports network from CBS Sports. Apparently that shot by Mbamute touched by a Jayhawk. 9 on the shot clock. Afflalo looks to the other end. He knows it's 5-3. Has to force the 3. Oh! Another hit. That's twice in the game.
Who knows when a shooter is going to break out of a slump, and Arron Afflalo officially out of his shooting slump.
19 to lead all scores, and the answer deep in the corner from Russell Robinson.
I mean, these shots are so pure. They're getting the net stuck up on the rim. What a shot by Arron Afflalo, and the answer by Robinson.
We approach the midpoint of this second 20-minute period in San Jose, the Western Regional Final. Number 1 seed Kansas, 2 seed UCLA. The Bruins by 6.
Russell Robinson now guarding Afflalo, bumping him at every opportunity, but Afflalo does a good job creating space for himself when he has it.
And Mbamute back outside to Afflalo. He pulls up from the line and hits again. That's a 2.
He must have gotten lonely. That's the first open opportunity he's had all game long, and he drilled it.
21 points for the UCLA ace. 9 for 14 shooting. Ship comes up with a loose ball.
Great hands again by Ship.
Collison won't go down. Great rebound by Darrell Arthur. And Ben Howland across the way thought that Arthur had a little extra elbow in shaking off the defense, and Collison picks up the foul.
Well, Howland was right, but he had to try to protect the ball. But look at this shot, fading away, not going straight up and down at the end of the shot clock. And then Afflalo catching it, going off the ball screen. Nobody steps out to either switch or hedge. And that's like a layup for Arron Afflalo, the way he's been shooting the ball under pressure.
Rare breather for Afflalo, who has 21 points on 9 for 14 shooting. Chalmers inside to Jackson against Mata. Mata with 3 fouls. Jackson forces his way in and draws the foul.
Boy, smart play by Darnell Jackson to back down Lorenzo Mata and go to the hole. There's been precious little for Kansas in the paint.
And that's 4 fouls on the 6'9" Mata. He plays bigger with that broad shoulders, 240-pounder.
He's asking Ben Howland to leave him in.
That's not going to be the case.
I don't think he will.
Luke Richard Baamute is at the scorer's table, as is Brandon Rush of Kansas. Darnell Jackson 0 for 3 from the line in the game, and hits that one. Out comes Mata. In comes Baamute, and Rush will replace Sharon Collins.
Mata took one to the nose from Darrell Arthur. He's had that nose broken a couple of times.
Jackson hits them both, and the Jayhawks cut the Bruin lead to 6 again. 8 points in the game for Darnell Jackson off the bench.
Big possession for both teams, but if UCLA can get a score, they maintain a cushion.
There's that Chalmers. How many times is he going to steal the ball? He has been absolutely fantastic on the defensive end.
And how about the way he walked the tightrope, almost balletic, to avoid the ball when he makes the heads-up play. Watch, he throws it off a roll and then just dances away from it. Barishnikov.
Anchorage, Alaska's gift to the Big 12 and KU. Sophomore Mario Chalmers, coached by his dad up in Alaska. Robinson, Arthur, and now Chalmers. Jackson inside, batted away by Aboya.
A good look inside by Darnell Jackson. A very difficult angle. He may want to pass fake and then throw it up to the rim.
8:23 remaining in this second half in San Jose. Ohio State is qualified for the Final Four. The winner here will meet either Florida or Oregon. They play tomorrow on CBS. Ball batted out to Ship. 1-on-1. Ship back to Afflalo. Inside and Baamute, and he is denied. Good hustle again by Kansas to get back defensively.
Well, Darnell Jackson tried to keep that ball alive and tapped it out front, but that really started the Bruins' fast break. Terrific job in conversion defense by Kansas.
Back comes Julian Wright as Arthur takes a seat. Collison finally finds Baamute.
It's amazing that Brandon Rush can chase Arron Afflalo around all game long, and he doesn't look winded or tired at all.
Under 8 minutes to go. Chalmers on Chip. Boy, he has earned the respect of the Bruins. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Afflalo takes it high off the glass and gets the complete around the world roll on the rim. 23 for him.
Well, it went around the world, and he's been all world thus far in the game. Arron Afflalo has been so hard to guard.
Chalmers slips as he tried to stop. The ball goes out of bounds, but off a UCLA leg. It'll be Jayhawks ball. 7.5 to go. The Bruins lead by 8. The Bruins in blue, the Jayhawks in white, and this crowd of 18,000 is electric. And the shot from the corner is there. Oh my, at the buzzer. Wonders of the March Madness as we head for the April finale in Atlanta. 7.5 minutes to go. The #1 seeds throughout the tournament have been challenged, haven't they? But somehow finding a way to win it. Ohio State from 20 down to beat Tennessee, and we're behind Memphis today. Florida trailed by 9. Carolina by 16 last night against USC. Can Kansas join that parade of #1s to find the right stuff down the stretch? 7.5 to go. They trail by 8.
Kansas is going to have to knock some shots down. 5 of 15 for the Jayhawks in this second half.
And there's another turnover. That'll be a backcourt violation. Collison picks it up and says, let's try for some points.
Well, Julian Wright needed to chase that ball down, even though it would have been a backcourt violation.
Another steal, Robinson. Amazing number of steals by the Kansas Jayhawks. 14 in the game. No whistle. Jackson inside, stolen by UCLA. 10 Bruin thefts. This is a highway robbery in San Jose.
Kansas cannot get anything inside of the lane. Once they get into the lane, they've seen nothing but blue. The blue shirts of UCLA.
And Ben Howland says, let's talk things over. 6:36 to go. UCLA by 8. We'll return to San Jose. That'll kick off another great Sunday night of viewing on CBS. How about the good looks of Arron Afflalo?
Afflalo has been outstanding, knocking shots down, putting the ball on the floor, and getting to the rim. He has been not only hard to guard, impossible to guard for Kansas in this ballgame. 10 of 15 from the field, 23 points, and another steal by the Jayhawks.
Amazing. Chalmers sets up Rush, had a three-pointer, instead takes it inside. Arthur, handcuffed by the pass, now takes it up and scores. Cornell Arthur.
How about the transition defense by UCLA to get back and stop Kansas from getting a layup? Kansas really had to earn that layup by Darrell Arthur.
6-point lead with 6 minutes to go. Balmute to Aboya and a foul. That'll go against Julian Wright. First on Wright. Team fouls, only the second on Kansas second half. UCLA with 5.
Darrell Arthur, you can see just going over Collison, trying to get that ball up and in because UCLA's help side defense had been so good, but Aboya had to come off of Arthur in order to stop a drive.
Aboya, one of the Bruins with free throw woes during the season, 56%. Well, they now click up on the scoreboard. 3 team fouls on Kansas, 5 on UCLA. Aboya. And it's a bonus when Aboya and Mata drop the charities. Looks for his 4th point in the game. And they're stepping up. 8-point lead once again for UCLA at the 5:54 mark. Crowd on its feet.
Kansas continuing to use ball screens. UCLA doing a very nice job defending them, whether hedging or trapping. And look how much time UCLA making Kansas use off this shot clock.
5.5 to go. 7 on the shot clock. Chalmers outside. The long bomb is there. What a clutch 3 from Russell Robinson. His second of the game. He has 10 points.
Well, give great credit to Mario Chalmers for finding an opening, getting into the lane, and then kicking it out to an open shooter, Robinson, who is stepping into his shot.
Each possession precious now. UCLA at the 5-minute mark when leading this year, a perfect 25-0. They currently enjoy a 5-point advantage. They were ahead by 11 earlier in this half. 7 on the shot clock. Look at the pressure on defense. Bruins in trouble with 4. Collison with 2. Can he get one off? He does. And he hits! Oh my! How many times can the Bruins beat the buzzer and collect a 3?
That wasn't over just one defender. That was over Robinson and Rush. What a shot by Collison.
Clutch performance of all the pressure in the world. Almost a turnover by the Jayhawks. A save by Rush. Robinson spinning in and draws the foul. That'll be on Collison, his 3rd.
Darren Collison, not known as a contested jump shooter, but you can't have a shot more contested than that. And the Bruins on the bench enjoying the great play from their outstanding sophomore point guard.
He led the conference in 3-point shooting, almost 46% on the season. But he doesn't shoot many. Bruins are 8 for 17 on the 3-ball tonight.
What a great switch off that screen by Arron Afflalo. UCLA so solid defensively in guarding these ball screens.
Under 4 minutes to play. Chalmers for 3.
Good rebound. Arthur gives the Jayhawks another chance, and he'll take it. Mbamute short.
UCLA not necessarily going to milk the clock, but they're going to be smart and use it and then get into a set. Right now getting into their 4 set. 4 down. It's going to be Arron Afflalo isolated up top against Rush.
He's got to hurry now, and that's when UCLA's been at its best.
And throws it away with 1 second on the clock. He was denied. They shut him off, and Ben Howland with that swallowed smile saying, all right, let's go. 58-50 the score. 3:10 left in regulation. UCLA by 8. Stay tuned. East, you'll be able to sit back and enjoy that great program, and Bill Soil not enjoying the score. He's been so close to getting to the Final Four with Tulsa, made it to the Elite 8. Illinois, Arizona knocked out his Fighting Illini, and then with Kansas lost to Georgia Tech in overtime a couple of years ago. And here's another opportunity for one of the game's outstanding coaches to get his team to the biggest part of the big dance. 3 minutes to go. Robinson is fouled.
And a strong drive by Robinson, but he got absolutely slammed when he went to the basket, and Alfred Aboya came down right on top of him. You can see.
And for Aboya, that's his 4th foul, joining Lorenzo Mata, the 2 big men inside for UCLA defensively, each with 4.
And UCLA has decided, look at that help side. I mean, you're looking at 4 jerseys right there, and Josh Shipp was sticking right with Brandon Rush, trying not to give up an open 3 off the penetration, but UCLA not going to give up a layup without putting somebody into the wood.
Here's Russell Robinson, who migrated from New York City, played at Rice High School. He was the Manhattan High School Player of the Year 3 years ago. This junior, he's a 65% shooter.
You can win and you can lose on what many would feel the easiest of shots. Unguarded, 15 feet away.
Yeah, but most people who said that have never shot it in an environment like this.
That's exactly right.
So much on the line as Robinson hits the second, and UCLA's lead is cut to 7. But the Jayhawks are 5 for 11, and there's Afflalo. He would have, had he let the ball go, it would have been UCLA ball, but he reached out for it. And again, who was the man in the way? Mario Chalmers.
Well, Kansas going with full court pressure after the made basket, the trap off the first pass, and Chalmers, Bill Self trying to give him some more opportunities, this time in the full court, to make a play defensively.
Here's Chalmers on offense. He is all-conference defensive player, but he's all-world, but he has his own treatment turned on him, as Mbamute was the man who stole it.
Kansas has gotten nothing off of their ball screens in the second half. UCLA has defended them extraordinarily well.
2:26 to go, and the whistle foul is on Robinson of Kansas's 3rd.
You can see Mario Chalmers trying to split these 2 defenders, and Mbamute just reaches in with that left hand and knocks it away. You got to be stronger with that.
It's only the 4th team foul. Excuse me, Jay. Now 5 team fouls on Kansas as Robinson picks up his 4th. UCLA has committed 7, so the Jayhawks will be going to the line from now on.
Well, Kansas still wants to foul count up. You want to get an opportunity for a steal. If you foul, then fine.
Sharon Collins replaces Robinson. Robinson sits down with 4 fouls. Shipp being chased from behind just does get it away to Afflalo. And there's a ball on loose ball, but a foul on Rush. His 3rd, and that's the last before UCLA will go to the line with a bonus. Have you ever seen a game where there were 27 steals? I mean, a high-quality game of this nature. 15 by Kansas, 12 by UCLA.
Oh, you're talking about two of the best defensive teams in the country with great athletes that have been very well drilled on the defensive side, and they are going after this like you cannot believe.
2 minutes to go. A deflection as Collison's pass was stolen, and Aboya got one in the face. Here come the Jayhawks. Trailing by 7. Collins inside, blocked by Mbamute. Collison, no hurry. UCLA with 1:45. Afflalo. Boy, there's a lot of slapping and hitting. No whistle. Collison, he just manhandled, and finally the foul.
Arron Collins, when he spun to the basket off that drive, spun right into a defender. You can see he spins right into Mbamute, who slaps it away. And that started the break for UCLA. And UCLA, the heavy contact. And Darren Collison dishing it out. Well, he steps up to the free throw line.
Arthur picked up the foul, his second. Outstanding has been Collison in the tournament. 14 for 15 from the free throw line.
Well, he's just an extraordinarily efficient player. Shoots a high percentage from the field, just under 50% on the season, 46% from 3, and just under 80% from the line. When you've got a point guard that has efficiencies like that, you are going to win a lot of games.
He continues his red-hot work from the line. UCLA by 9, 1:36 to go. There have been many areas to pursue in explaining the rhythm of this game, but how about the clutch three-point shooting at the end of the shot clock? That was Ship at the end of the half. Afflalo with no time left. Collison forcing, all with a buzzer to go off when the ball was in midair.
8 of 17 from 3 by UCLA in this ballgame. They have hit some really big shots in this game.
UCLA has used its final timeout. Kansas has 2 to spend, and you can bet Bill Self will work those. But he needs some points. 9-point advantage UCLA. Rush inside. He's got 2 back. And there's one of the 2 timeouts quickly called by Self on the benches. Brandon Rush leading Kansas now with 18. It has been throughout the tournament. A minute 26 seconds can be a lifetime. Kansas is drawn within 7. Team fouls are even. Both teams will go to the line from now on. And there are the free throw percentages. Ship, Afflalo, and Collison on the bottom are outstanding free throw shooters. And Mbamute and Aboya are not. But Roll has come in to replace Aboya, and he is, although he's missed his only 2 chances tonight, a much better shooter.
They've got the worst free throw shooter, Mbamute, taking it in. So if you can get an opportunity to foul Michael Roll, I think you go with Roll, but you don't have a whole lot of choice. And you see, you need to foul Mbamute there.
Ahead to Roll, and wide open is Ship down court, and he doesn't take the shot. They'd rather chew up the clock. The clock is the enemy of Kansas. Afflalo being chased and fouled by Wright.
Collins had an opportunity to foul Luke Richard Mbamute right underneath the Kansas basket. Couldn't get there in time, but the freshman wasn't able to give up the foul.
Arron Afflalo to the line as both teams make substitutions. Offense for defense. As Ben Howland sends back Aboya. And Afflalo, who has been unbelievably successful at the line in the tournament, 19 for 20. And gets the rim and the backboard bounce. His father. Think things aren't churning inside, Papa?
I think it's harder to sit and watch than it is to play.
A rare miss by Afflalo. 1:10 to go. 8-point game.
Kansas does not need a 3. If they can pull the trigger on an open one, fine. Otherwise, get to the rim and finish it.
Chalmers unsuccessful. Collison spins away, but a foul is called on Arthur.
That has been indicative of this entire game for Kansas. Getting to the rim with an opportunity to finish a play and not being able to get it to go down.
Bill Walton, the great All-America, and the rest of the UCLA fans as they build the cheer into a crescendo that says, Georgia's on my mind, as Collison with 57 seconds to go.
And the man who might have been the biggest question mark for UCLA coming into this season, Darren Collison, having to replace Jordan Farmar, who led UCLA to the Final Four last year. And Collison has been every bit as good as Farmar was.
And Cooley hits the 2 free throws to build the Bruins lead back to 10. And there's the steal by Collison, and then stolen back by Robinson, and he misses another close-in shot. Wright does hit on the follow with 45 seconds, and Bill Self uses Kansas's final timeout. Back in Santa Fe to salute our Chevrolet players of the game. The 2 men, San Jose, have led their teams throughout the entire year in scoring, and so do they tonight. But Afflalo for UCLA, awakening from a 5-game shooting slump with 24 and Rush with 18. Those are our Chevrolet MVPs, and tonight after basketball, 48 hours mystery, so stay with us as our coverage is concluded. 45 seconds left here at HP Pavilion.
And it's been no mystery what has put UCLA on top in this game with a great chance to win. It's their ability to knock down challenge shots. Arron Afflalo and Kansas missing opportunities inside the lane that could have put some game pressure on UCLA.
Well, you know UCLA is going to go to the line. There's the quick foul as Chalmers from behind picks up the foul. Something rather remarkable on UCLA's behalf, because it's been a team that's been winning in the tournament on defense, not on offense. And here against the Kansas team, as stingy as they come in allowing field goal percentage. In fact, 43 straight games Kansas has held their opposition under 50, and here's UCLA shooting 52% tonight.
But the problem has been they've had so many turnovers against this tenacious Kansas defense.
Ship comes up short. Roll out, Aboya in as Howland makes the switch to defense.
Now Kansas has to look, if they can, to get a 3-point opportunity. Advance it as quickly as they can, but they've got to start looking for 3 here.
9-point game. They go inside. Wright has it picked off by Ship. And Bahamute then fouled by Collins. And another steal in this game. And while it seemed Kansas had the upper hand in that regard because of the great work by Mario Chalmers, UCLA's been able to answer time and time again.
Well, I think UCLA has won this game if they can hang on the defensive end. I mean, they've certainly knocked shots down, but it's been their defense that really set the tone. They have taken Kansas totally out of what Kansas wants to run. Every ball screen just incredibly guarded.
And Bahamute struggled at the line, hits that one cleanly. If UCLA completes this final 36 seconds, they'll meet the winner of the Florida-Oregon game tomorrow. The Gators, the reigning champions, and the Ducks who beat UCLA. Bruins started 14-0 this year, and Oregon defeated them to end that early streak. Chalmers, and he loses it. Afflalo comes up with the ball. Down to 27. Bahamute with the exclamation point. Unable to connect from 3 is Chalmers. And now the white flag flies from the Kansas bench. UCLA will dribble out the final seconds. The Bruins know the way. They're back again to the Final Four. Led by their star, Arron Afflalo. 24 points for the All-America. Afflalo in sparking the Bruins to a 68-55 win here in San Jose. The Final Four, powered by Pontiac. We'll go to New York and Greg Gumbel right after this. All right, thank you, Greg. And Ben Howland grew up in Southern California, followed the John Wooden dynasty as a kid, and I know the pride you feel in taking your great team back to the Final Four.
Well, number one, I'm so proud of our players and the great effort they displayed against an outstanding Kansas team. Kansas is the best team we played all year, so that was a big win. And it's truly special to have you here, because I grew up watching Bruin basketball where you are doing the call, and you're the best ever, Dick.
Well, that's centuries ago. Coach, there were 32 steals in the game. I've never seen anything like that, and your defense seemed to answer every steal.
Kansas is great athletes. This was a team that we played today that had unbelievable athletes. Our guys are athletic. It was a heck of a college basketball game.
Have a good trip to Atlanta. Arron Afflalo, he's been the star for UCLA, stepped up with the big shots in the big games, and perhaps never a more important performance than tonight.
Yeah, it was good that I was able to get into the flow, but besides what I did, my teammates did a great job of continuing to play and playing hard through all the adversity.
And we're going to go to Greg Gumbel in New York, but first we're going to pause for this word. UCLA has advanced to the Final Four.
That's the scene out in San Jose, California. The victorious UCLA Bruins celebrating the West Regional Championship, 68-55 over Kansas. The road to the Final Four. 2 more headed to Atlanta, Georgia for the Final Four. For Clark, for Seth, for all of us here at CBS Sports, I'm Greg Gumbel. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have yourselves a good evening.